everyone, my name is Cleopatra Margot. I'm an author of faith-based contemporary romances with lots of humor, family, and heart, and today I'm going to be answering a few questions about my first series, the Faith to Love series, as well as questions about my new series and just update you on my writing. So let's get started. Question number 1 is, how are you able to write so much? I'm able to write so much mostly because my siblings and I are homeschooled, and we have been for 7 years now, so that gives me a lot of time to be able to write like I am able to, and that's probably the main reason, and also just that my parents support my writing, and so they provide me opportunities to write, and that's pretty much the reason that I'm able to write as much as I can. Question number 2 is, how do you decide on titles for your books? This one is the fact that I usually don't know the title until I'm either most of the way into the book, halfway done with the book, or all the way done with the book. For like Christmas with Coco, which is my first book, I didn't know the title, I think, until I was finished with the book. And then the other ones, they just kind of, I don't know, they just kind of worked out, I guess. The Floods Came, which is my 5th book, I think that one just, I knew because I used the verse Matthew 7:25. I believe that's the right one. And I used The Floods Came from that because it went really well with the story and the theme of the book. And so that one I think I knew before I started writing. But the other ones, they just come to me, and it might be while I'm writing, it might be while I'm done. I just kind of go with the flow. I don't really have anything specific as long as they go with the story and they're not dreary or anything. As long as they're uplifting and they go with the book, then it works for me. The third question is, will we see any familiar faces in your new series? And the answer is that I hope so. I really hope to bring in some of the characters from the Faith to Love series, like the McKays or the Langfords or any of them. I love those characters, and it's kind of sad to be, in a way, done telling their story, but I'm really happy with all the books in the Faith to Love series and how they turned out, and so I hope so. I'm hoping that, yes, you will see familiar faces, as maybe just a couple appearances here and there, so yes. The fourth question is, what inspired you to start a new series? And I have to say that it was God working through my mom. And because she came to me one day, I think it was in September or October, I don't remember, November maybe. She came to me one day and was like, have you thought about writing a new series? And I have thought about it, I just kind of never had the courage, or I just was really comfortable writing the books that I was. And there's nothing wrong with them, so I don't want to make it sound like that. But I was kind of growing stagnant, and I maybe didn't even realize that. And so she came to me and asked if I thought about writing a new series. And so that started me thinking of new ideas. And I'll say that it has taken me time to get to where I wanted to be, just because I tried lots of different places, I tried different storylines, and I found what I love to write, but in kind of a new way, and I'm really, really excited to share that with you. The 5th question is, where will the series be set in location? I am so excited to say that after lots of ideas and different options, I have decided that the series will still be set in Nebraska, only it is a new town with new people and new stories to tell. But I'm not completely changing, because Nebraska is my home state and it's where I live and I love it. And so I don't want to change everything about it. But the location is in Nebraska, but it's just a new place in Nebraska. Question number 6 is, will the series focus on different family members or different townspeople? And the answer for this one is the first 3 books, which I'm planning for it to be a 3-book series, but at the same time I don't know if it'll end up longer than that. But the plan is for the 3 first books to be 3 siblings, and yeah, So my plan is right now for siblings. Who knows what will happen after that? Question number 7 is, how do you deal with writer's block? And I think the 3 things that help me is time, patience, and prayer. Mostly prayer, so I probably should have said that one first. But I have to pray for ideas if I'm lacking them, and then I have to give it time and have patience while God kind of reveals those answers to me. And sometimes that just means setting it aside for maybe a couple hours or maybe a day. Usually it's not longer than that for me personally, but in just listening or just taking a little bit of time away to clear my ideas and just let new ones come, and it usually works for me. I've had success so far. So I would just say time, patience, and prayer. Prayer, patience, and time. You know, you get the point. Question number 8 is, how are you building your new world? And I like this question because I don't necessarily do it like other authors, and it's totally fine however you choose to do it or however it works for you, but I kind of just get the basics down. I've planned a little bit more for this series than I did the Faith to Love, but I get the basics down, the family and some of the townspeople and all that stuff, and then I just start writing, and it kind of comes to me as I go. And I try to not be too particular about perfection per se, because there's editing for that, and even then, if it's not perfect, it's art. So it really doesn't need to be perfect even in the end. But for the first draft, I just kind of go with it, and my ideas come to me that way. So the world is just kind of evolving as I write this first book, and I'm just creating a town where I would want to live with people I would want to be around in it. And so it's really fun for me, and I'm really enjoying it. Question number 9 is there any fictional inspiration for your new town? And I would say that yes, there is. First of all, the Canadian West series by Jeanette Oke, which is the series that inspired me to start writing in the first place, which was 3 or 4 years ago. And that will always remain my number 1 inspiration, and just taking the simplicity but also the elegance from her writing and just letting that inspire me for however long I write. And then I'd say that Melissa Tagg's books, the Walker family series especially, they're a big inspiration just for the family aspect. And this sounds a little bit kind of weird, but I'm also drawing inspiration from my first series, the Faith to Love series, because even though I'm finished with that series, there's still such good stories in it. And maybe it's just for me personally, because they taught me something as I was writing them. And yes, they're sitting over there, which is why I keep looking over there. But I draw inspiration from those in the sense of just remember how I was when I was writing them, and also look at how I've grown since I've written them. So, and then just whatever books I kind of read in the moment. I don't really have any to say right now, but I think that would be the main fictional inspiration for this new series. Okay, the last question for this first video, because I have lots of questions and I can't do them all in one video, so it's going to be a series. But question number 10 is there a character you're really excited to write about? And I would say yes, but it's not just one character. I'm really excited for all the characters, even side characters, and even maybe to bring in characters from the Faith to Love series for background side characters. So yes, I'm excited to write everyone just because it's new, but I really, really hope these stories can bring healing and laughter and faith to you. And so I'm excited to write every character, I think. So that's all for this first video, but stay tuned for more of the Q&A videos in this series. I can't wait to share those and more questions with you, or answers with you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you subscribe and like it, and you can even comment below if you want. I'll post my social links below so you can find my website and my social media, and I will see you next time.